This is First and 10 on Color 10 Sports.
Hello, everybody. It's week 7 of the high school football season and week 7 of First and 10. A handful of teams are still perfect on the season, and that includes the Camdenton Lakers. The Lakers are in Springfield tonight, and that's where we find Color 10's Matt Vereen. Matt?
Yeah, Dan, Camdenton coming into tonight a perfect 6-0, and we got a show here at Glendale. Ended just within 60 seconds ago. 4-2 Camdenton, or 6-0 Camdenton, traveling here to 4-2 Glendale in a matchup featuring two of the best passing quarterbacks in the state. And on top of all of that, we got the closest battle for a game of the week that we've seen all year. It was a matchup of two senior quarterbacks, the Lakers' Paxton DeLaurent and the Falcons' Gavin Watts, meeting face-to-face at midfield before the game. Both in the state's top 3 for passing, but Gavin Watts goes on the ground for the first touchdown of the day, 10 yards on the keep for an 8-0 Glendale lead. But he ran into trouble after that. 2 interceptions, including one in the end zone to start the second quarter, put Camdenton in a prime spot to take control, and that's exactly what DeLaurent did. Down 1 in the second quarter, he picks out Colin Thomas on the slant, who reaches in for 6. Lakers take their first lead 15-8. Then on the ensuing kickoff, the ball lands on the Glendale 10, and no Falcon picks it up. Camdenton says thank you very much and turns the huge mistake into a 22-8 lead. But back come the Falcons. Watts hitting Ben Shoemaker over the middle with just under 5 to halftime. Glendale back within a score, and then they return the favor. An onside kick recovery leads to another touchdown, cutting Camdenton's lead to 2 at halftime. But the Lakers take control in the third as DeLaurent adds another passing touchdown to start the quarter, and then a QB sneak for 6 on drive number 2. Camdenton up 35-28 heading into the fourth quarter. Now, Dan, I'm going to try and recap the madness that happened after that in the fourth quarter. Glendale rattled off 3 straight touchdowns, including in part on an onside kick to go up 42-35. But after that, Camdenton came back. They got the ball with 5 minutes left. Jaden Faulconer ran it in from 10 out to tie the game at 42. And then, with just under a minute left, DeLaurent hit Jace Nicholas 43 yards down the left field line, wide open, with under a minute left to score the touchdown. 2-point conversion, good. Then the Falcons got the ball back with just under a minute, forced into giving up the ball. They drove down the field, got into Camdenton territory, but couldn't finish it out. So the Lakers survive here at Glendale. They win 50-42 against Glendale. Falcons falling to 4-3. That's about it from a dramatic finish here. You can see Camdenton behind me, a bit shell-shocked, but happy to get the win as they stay perfect headed into the final week of the regular season next week. Reporting live from Glendale High School, Matt Vereen, Ozarks First.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, great effort there by the Glendale Falcons to try to trip up Camdenton. In Ozark tonight, the 4-2 Tigers have won 3 of their last 4 games, but faced unbeaten Joplin. The Eagles ranked 4th in the state in Class 6, and we're keeping it on the ground here. Isaiah Davis would get the ball, and he would go right up the middle of the field. This is 28 yards for a touchdown, and this makes it 7-0 Eagles. Ozark was punting deep in its own territory later in this game. High snap. Joplin's Elijah Eminger would make the tackle for the safety right there. So it was 9-0 Eagles. Joplin keeping the ball on the ground. Again, it's the senior, Davis, up the middle again. He's hauled down, but not before he picks up 22 yards and a 1st and 10, and that would set up this play. Blake Tash would hit Zach Westmoreland with a 16-yard touchdown pass over the middle here. 15-0 Joplin, and Joplin stays perfect 7-0 on the season with a 50-14 win. The Miller Cardinals also unbeaten 6-0, ranked 8th in the state in Class 1. Miller hosting 4-2 Lockwood. Cardinals would open the scoring thanks to senior Nick Johnson. Gets the ball, 1 move there, 2 moves there, breaks a 3rd tackle, and then drags a 4th Tiger into the end zone. A 28-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 Miller. Lockwood playing just as strong on the ground. 4th and 1, Lockwood's Lane Dunlap up the middle of the field and 35 yards for a 1st and 10. And that would set up this play. The Tigers going to the junior again. This time he punches it in from 9 yards out. 7-6 with the missed PAT. But the unbeaten Cardinals would answer, and again the ball goes to Johnson. A little misdirection here. That's good from 16 yards out. 14-6 Miller. This was a good game. Miller needed overtime to stay perfect on the season winning 34-28. 3-3 Stratford Indians looking to snap a two-game. Actually, this right here is Hollister against Aurora. Here we go. Here's Stratford. 3-3 Stratford Indians looking to snap a two-game losing streak against Skyline Tigers. 3-3 as well. Stratford strikes early in the first quarter. Vance Mullins picks off the pass, returns it 38 yards for a touchdown. 6-0 Indians with the missed PAT. Skyline would answer late first quarter. Stratford punting, high snap. Jacob Stow is tackled deep in Indian territory here. The Tigers, Lawson then would throw to Trey Swearingen for a 1st and 10 here. And then just a few plays into the second quarter, Swearingen would get the ball again. This is 4th and goal from the 1. He dives in. That makes it 7-6 Skyline. Skyline wins a knockdown, drag-out fight, 29-20. Well, that's going to bring us up to our timeout here on 1st and 10, an exciting first half of the show. On the other side of the break, we're going to check out highlights, those ones from Hollister. And we're going to take you to Busch Stadium for the NLCS Game 1. But first, here's a look at the local college football kickoffs. 1st and 10. I'll be right back.